Sure, if you want to do a...
We are back. This time with Teryn Perez.
We are back with another episode with Teryn Perez. I'm just messing with you.
As always, our sponsor is THT Dispensary, and as always, go check them out. They have great deals and great product.
We're smoking Parvo today.
We're smoking Parvo. This shit'll kill your puppy. It's so good.
Whoa, okay, I'm a jog mom. Let's not, and I smoke.
You already smoked Parvo?
Yeah, you should not go home tonight. Definitely should. Is that really the strain name?
I think it's like Pelva.
Okay, that was the
It's not even that. It's like
I wanted
Play-Doh.
to say Parvo.
It's not even close enough to that.
Parvo, dude. Why not?
No,
I got a dog
Placido.
too.
It's Placido or whatever.
Placido.
Yeah.
That sounds like a burrito. That's
I don't know.
bad.
Plasma. Now I'm just saying.
It's
I didn't know you guys were sponsored by a weed company. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's local too. They also sponsor a bunch of stuff with Nice Enough Entertainment, which is like the entire the best rap like company that puts on all the rap shows.
best local rap, yeah.
Yep.
I'm sponsored by Geek Bar. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, bleep that, dude. I always like to say, and as always, we're sponsored by beer. Yeah, not this beer, but beer in general.
Should I turn it around so you only see the nutrition facts there?
Yeah, I tried to get sponsored by this beer. I posted a plea.
You keep calling it a beer. It's a hard seltzer.
Yeah, dude. That's.
I don't want to call it what it is.
It's hardly a drink, let alone a beer.
I had 20 Truly boxes, all stacked around the table, one on my head, 2 on my arms, and I was like, Truly, sponsor us. Because it was all from the past podcasts. They were just stacked 24 packs all over.
And did you reach out to them personally?
Yes. Are you going to keep talking with your bows out? Because I'm going to have to
I'm not gonna.
He'll bow out.
Well,
we both are gonna man spread you the fuck out of here.
Oh, honey,
too.
you don't know what man spread until I'm here. Okay, I'm a woman who doesn't know how to sit in a dress. Okay,
it's cool.
Yeah, I thank God for Spanx.
I'd probably spread my pussy if I was wearing a dress.
I leave plenty of room for Jesus.
When you have a long dress on, oh man, yeah, you are you just let it air out. It's like a tunnel wave going up in there. You know, it's real nice.
You have to have air circulation.
Yeah.
Turn the AC on.
One of my favorite jokes that Mara from Iowa does is she's like, if you ever see me in a long dress, it's because I have a yeast infection and I'm airing it out. Oh. And it is literally one of my favorite jokes she does. And I'm like, is that not the truest thing though?
I feel so I have a ball heater and it's just a heater. But what I do is I get out of the shower and I stand directly in front of it and get all my things super dry. So that nothing gets sweaty and sticky and weird. The second you put on pants and underwear, you're locking all that in there. So I guess what I'm asking you is would you do that? Or do you keep it do you want to keep it nice and
wet?
I was going to say the forbidden word.
Oh.
I was going to say the M
moist.
word. Yeah, I was going to say the M word.
Moist box 20, moist box 20 there.
Because we got to I don't know.
So do you use a blow dryer?
I don't know. It's a heater right. So the shower's here and sinks here, and then I put the heater on top of the sink.
I want to know, do your pubes do they make it all fluffy? Does it go into an afro when you do?
I don't pube up anymore.
Okay.
I do have. I have the. I have the longest landing strip in the world. My chest hair.
I do too. It's fine.
It goes all the way down.
Yeah,
and
he does it on purpose.
I shave all the sides of my really long.
He just has an Avatar the Last.
Okay, well, first of all, quit stealing my moves. That's what I have done right now.
Dude, it's a perfect thing.
Perfect.
You have all the way from the chest, belly button down.
I do. Well, mine's a little lower because I wear low cut shirts, so mine's just right at the bra down.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I gotta keep it. I do my armpits the same way. There's one little landing strip.
All the way to the fucking wrist.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's why I wear long sleeve, and you're always looking at my arms from this side.
Yes, I just shave it up like that.
Is that for the ladies then, or is that just to
No, I just want to look cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I just want to look cool.
You
think I have enough confidence to talk to ladies? That's so sweet.
I'm glad we're all in the same boat.
They talk to you.
Yeah, I was I don't know if we could have Teryn on the podcast. I'm gonna shit my pants. How are we gonna talk to her? There's no interviewing, but you're one of the guys.
You are the first. You are the first woman that's been on the podcast that is not one of our very close, immediate friends or significant others or people we're talking to.
Well, that's good.
So welcome.
Yeah. If you guys want to know, Ree said that I was not going to look small in the chair.
You actually don't look small in the chair.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's not say small in the chair. You are a tall woman. You're tall enough for the chair.
I wasn't Because the opposite, if I was like, you're not going to look small, would be like, you're going to look big.
Yeah, you're gonna look.
Yeah. I'm like, I gained weight right now, and I'm not not happy about my gained weight right now. Like, like the drugs are not working, and I've gained weight. So
I need to get back into those.
I'm gonna tell you, I get into drugs. I'm gonna tell you, if you didn't gain 30 pounds before winter 200 years ago, every single year you die. Like that was part of what you do. We don't hibernate. So you eat a fuckload, gain a bunch of extra fat, don't do shit all winter, and keep eating, and you have to have like that extra weight. Otherwise, you will starve or freeze to death.
Heat.
And
Kevin,
it's like
that was the nicest way of saying, Teryn, it's okay that you gained that weight.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep you warm this winter.
Dude, Kevin James. I bet everybody in the winter just pulled a Kevin James. He fasted for 46 days, eating nothing at all, just drinking water and had like a bit of salt because he had to lose weight for a roll. He dropped like 150 pounds.
You know
he ate nothing but salt water
and like electrolyte powder for 40 days, and he lost his body. That's what he did. He hibernated.
How come it doesn't work for the people on Naked and Afraid that are surrounded by ocean?
They don't have blubber.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, you go on and you're already like a lean 145.
Yeah. No, you need to be like a hefty guy to go on there and not eat.
What's that one survival like where they all go into? Maybe that isn't. No, it's not Naked and Afraid, but it's like they like these people are all in the same mountain or whatever, or they get shopped in these weird locations. And they have to like learn how to they have to survive. And they're like survivors, like people anyways.
There's a few. Of those
I can't remember what it was, but
there are a few.
One of them's like Survivor.
Yeah,
one of them is Naked
like,
and Afraid. One's a newer one.
Yeah, and it's like.
There's one that's like about two guys. It's just two guys.
Well, there's this one where they just drop, and you like they literally like everyone's in different spots or whatever, and they have to like check. They have to have people on there like checking their vitals, but they can only take so many things with them. There's a dude on there, and he was like this big old dude, and like by the end of it, man, he was like a lean, like kind of thing, and he like ended up survive. Like he's the one that I think won. He was the one that won it because you win if whoever would stay lasts the longest on it. Wins the money.
Yeah.
Like it's like one of those.
Yeah, you gotta have that blubber.
Yeah,
it's like a month of.
No, these poor women are like doing it, and they're like, shivering. And I was like, yeah, dumb bitch. Like I'm sorry, but you. Unless you were pregnant, like, like your body's not going to get you warm. Like, I feel like it's the only time,
There's this one dude that because my fucking family watches weird shit, and on vacation last year, we're watching one of those survival shows, and this guy was like real nerdy, and he knew every plant, like, was like an expert at identifying plants, and was like, had a pretty sparse, pretty rich background in survival. And he made it like 2 weeks because he was so skinny, like he stopped being able to like fully extend his arms. like he was like, I'm fucking like emaciated. I feel like I'm like gonna vomit at any given moment. Like, and he finally like radioed in. He like cried, but when they got there, he was like, I've never felt so relieved. Like I legitimately thought I was gonna end up dying out here.
Yeah. Because
he was like already like nothing. It was like if I went,
Yeah.
It's like, dude, give me a week and I'm fucking out.
To answer your original question, I just wipe my pussy really well with a towel.
Okay. All right.
With my towel when I get done.
Oh, yeah, the classic. Do you do the
do you
well,
floss?
no, I don't do that. Like, I mean, come on.
because then the ass goes to the puss, the puss goes to the ass.
Yeah, that's an infection waiting to happen,
Well,
like
if
for
you
a
clean
woman.
your ass, then you're probably fine.
Well, yeah, but no matter what, I mean, you still,
that's
I mean, that you can, I mean.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do that, so.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I think you just like to watch your dick kind of flop, though, or something like that, like when you do.
I mean,
It's a game for you. That's what it is.
It's fun. Every guy does that.
Yeah.
Zach and I have called each other before, and we've taken our extra, like, ball skin, and we, like, pull it up over our balls and dick to make it look like we got some weird
it's like
egg
a weird
sac.
like egg.
And we'll FaceTime each other and be like,
Yo, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's like, M hates when I do this. I'm like, why?
I love it, dude.
Why would she hate when you disfigure your fucking genitals in front of her?
Dude, it's so fun. I like it. It reminds me of the SpongeBob episode, like egg sacs, where he's got this like the heating pad. Squidward's pregnant with alien babies.
Oh yeah.
That was a weird thing.
Yeah, I just watched all of SpongeBob again.
I have not. It's one of those things like.
You've not watched SpongeBob?
Not all over again kind of thing.
Okay,
It's like I tried to like watch Hey Arnold again or whatever. And I think I got through like the first 2 episodes, and I was like, I just can't watch this. But I did do Rocko's Modern Life again, and I did love that one.
Rocko's Modern Life.
But
2 shows I could pick up as an adult. from like that era would be Chowder and Flapjack. I'm certain that I would still love those shows because they were so
I would too.
weird.
I love those.
I don't even know what that is.
Flapjack is crazy.
They were a lot like SpongeBob, where they'd like have those really weird, realistic cuts for like one frame, and you'd like that one of the captains in Flapjack, he'd be like, or the captain guy, he'd be like, "Does this look like a face that blah blah blah?" And then it'd have like a close up, and it's like hyper realistic and like really weird, horrifying,
like terrifying.
There was a fucking character named Dr. Barber. And he was so weird. He had like, it was all gums to his teeth. You know, he had these like tiny teeth and like 90% gums.
So,
and it was like, he could solve any problem.
Yeah,
whether
he was a
it be
doctor and a
haircuts
barber.
He's Dr. Barber.
What a brilliant name.
What a career choice, you
Yeah.
know? It's like, I can give you a checkup and cut your hair at the same time.
Yeah, like use the same scissors. I'm still cutting you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you come out like your gloves are covered in blood, and you're like, all right, and next up is a haircut.
You're like, you know, it works out because, you know, you have to shave yourself for surgeries, you know, anyways.
True.
If he was a barber, he could...
That man was a true artist.
like,
Dr. Barber.
hopefully he's just doing head energy. Like,
We'll have to watch an episode of that sometime. Like you have to experience what that show was.
I watched, God, what was that? It was kind of like a weird, it was like Kablamo or something like that. And it had like, it was just like different cuts of different little like skits put together, and some of them were weird. Like there was God, I can't remember the names of them.
I feel like Kablam. I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah, it was like there was like, there was a girl that was like her like the features were really like realistic on her face and stuff like that. And her name was like Anna Bedelia or something kind of like kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And listen, we all know I'm not good with words, so.
This is actually like for some reason sounding vaguely familiar.
Yeah, I feel like the guy, she always would put a watermelon on her head or something like that too. Like it was like sliced and it was like a helmet. She'd wear as a helmet sometimes. But her body was like this weird stick figure, but her face, all the kids' face were so realistic. There's like this thing of action figures, like these kids' dolls, like they were just like when the kind of like Toy Story, but it was with like real like shot in the house or whatever, the actual toys, and they just made them move and stuff like that.
I feel like yes,
you know,
yes, I've seen
like
that
a weird,
specifically.
Yeah, like that's the one. That's like the main thing I remember.
I watched a lot of. I've seen a lot of different videos with those.
Like the one guy keeps like the one action dude keeps getting fucking melted.
Yes.
You just unlocked something in him, dude. He's gonna.
I probably have a picture of it, like, because I probably saved it. I feel like I saved it.
He's gonna have both those hands up. Oh, never mind.
No, he's gonna.
He's underbiting right now, trying to think of it.
Get it.
He is deep in thought.
I know.
And I'm not talking about me. Thanks.
That was good. I liked that.
Thanks.
That was good. No, but I used to watch that. I used to watch.
Yes, it was on channel. It was on channel. It was on Nicktoons,
yeah,
not Nickelodeon.
It was like, or Nick at Night. I think it was.
It
like
was
one of those.
Yeah.
It was like a late night one or whatever, because it kind of said didn't have like inappropriate things on there, but it was more of like that weird hidden adult humor in a kid's show.
Yeah, I watched it on channel. For me, I had channel 258. That was Nickelodeon, or Nicktoons, and then 259 was like Nickelodeon.
I like how he knows the channels.
Yeah, so you had weird TV because 48 was.
Yeah, like I had normal cable blocks.
48 was Disney.
41, I think, was Cartoon Network.
And 51 was Cartoon Network for me, and 34 was Nick.
Yeah. But then they had the
32 was USA. TNT was 30 was like 30 or something like that. I remember.
And then they had Boomerang, which I grew up like. I had my grandparents as a heavy influence in my life, and I really liked those old cartoons. So a Boomerang for me was like one of the weird channels. It was like 108 or some bullshit.
Boomerang was on.
And dude, half the time you'd be watching some shit you never heard of and don't care about, and it's like 3 frogs singing on like a tree branch or some shit for some reason.
I care about.
And then other times you're like Yogi Bear, all right, okay. And then Tom and Jerry would come on, and you're like, yes, baby, that's what I'm talking about. And you're like glued to the screen for like an hour, and then some other shit comes on. I'd stay on for Bugs Bunny every once in a while.
I never really understood the Tom and Jerry thing. People being like crazy with that. Like, I don't know. I didn't wasn't a big, like, I never really watched that much. I was like, I'm like, it's kind of like after watching Roadrunner and the Coyote, like it kind of gets boring after a while.
Yeah.
I think it's what made me stop watching Looney Tunes.
If you take away all the violence, the kids' allure to it is like a cat turning into a pancake for some reason, or like there's that. This is.
They want to see people get smushed.
I don't.
liked Animaniacs too, though. That was
It
my
wasn't the
favorite one.
violence. It was the weird shit that like. I don't know, like that defied logic and but a lot of it was violence. Like, you know, like Tom would get a door slammed on him and he'd turn into like an accordion and walk away and go, you know, and it's like,
dude, I wish
that
I could
part
do
was
that.
like, what? Can I?
I want to do that.
It's like when Patrick was like trying to steal SpongeBob's grandma from him, and he vacuumed up a whole plate of cookies for like 2 weeks. I'd like eat dry cereal and be like, and like try and inhale shit and like fucking almost choke myself and shit.
Good.
It's not as bad as you thinking like you want to be Matilda. And you're sitting there waiting for your spoon to raise up and go into your bowl.
Oh,
and
I
then you
wanted that to
pretend.
happen.
I know, and then you're like pretending it happens and like acting like it did. Yeah, I did that. I remember I was big into Little Mermaid, and I had I had broken my arm and had a cast on, and I would like love to brush my hair with a fork.
Yeah.
Because she did in the movie, and I'd sit there and I'd go,
It's a dingle hopper.
yeah, and like, but I was itching my cast with this fork and then like brushing my hair with it, like, yeah. But I remember my arm had like gotten so small being the cast, like I was itching it and I just slid the whole cast right off. And I went into like my godmother was watching me, but I call her my aunt. But like I walked in, I'm like, hey Terry, look, I'm all better. She goes, fuck.
Yeah.
She like calls my dad. And she goes, she took her cast off somehow, like just. And my dad's like, "What?" And she's like, "It just slid right off, Terry. I don't tell you. I'm taking her to the hospital now. I'll meet you up there." And like, so I had 2 casts. One that was just.
How'd you break your arm?
Oh my god, the dumbest way. So my older sister, my older sister is 3 years older than me, and her like best friends were gonna go rollerblading, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I had sweet
Cool kid shit.
Yeah, and I had sweet Barbie rollerblades, like the chunky ones with the brakes on the front, and you know, and they have 4 wheels. And I begged and begged if I could go with them because I just want to hang out with my sister. And my mom made her take me, and I could not rollerblade. Mm-hmm. So I was just walking in the grass with my rollerblades, and then I came across the one part of like the sidewalk in between the 2 lawns, and I stepped on it, and I just fell.
Oh, just right in place.
I just fell, and I caught myself, and I just broke my wrist when I caught down. I just landed on the wrist guard or whatever.
Yeah. Because if you have an extended hand, that's how I broke my wrist.
It was my right one too.
Yeah.
And then I would hit it for my parents for about a week.
Yeah. My mom.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, okay, so people always get really shocked about this, but like I come from a broke family. No one gets shocked about that. But,
Yeah,
like,
it's like
no one gets shocked about that.
That's so mean.
No, I mean it's truthful, but I mean, but no, I understood money and the concept of money and shit at a very young age, and I also knew that I didn't want to get in trouble. And also just being like scared.
Yeah,
shit.
if we
Like,
couldn't have dinner yesterday, sure as shit, we're not going to the hospital today. I
you know, I mean, like I had also my dad. Okay, so I always like it wasn't ever like I always had a meal or whatever and shit like that. I got to play sports and everything. Now, does my dad have horrible credit, like debt? Because of it, yes. Yeah. You know, like, you know, he's not like the smartest financial, but you know, but also it's like one of those things. Like I said, yeah, I didn't wear Hollister. I didn't wear, you know, like the name brand shit or whatever and stuff like that. Most of my stuff, like my dad was a custodian at the high school, you know, kind of thing. But I remember kind of thing, you know, just that casual. He was pretty cool. Everyone liked him, but. No, I just remember too. I was like, "Oh, I begged to go," and my sister's like, "Don't tell fucking mom you got hurt. You're the one that wanted to fucking come with us." And like, you know, it's one of those things. Like, we don't want to get in trouble because they got hurt. Because every time he got hurt, my dad'd be like, "Well, what the fuck were you doing? Like, how'd you fall off your bike?"
Yep.
I hit a rock. I don't know what to tell you. You know, and he'd be like, "Well, what were you doing now? Right? That made you get hurt." You know, so.
You say your dad's name is Terry?
Terry and Teryn.
That's cool.
Actually, his real name is John. He's named after his dad, but he hates his dad. His middle name is Terrence.
Okay.
And so he goes by Terry.
Okay.
Sure.
And then my aunt's name goes by Terry as well, but I think she's actually a Teresa.
Shout out to all the dad haters out there.
Shout out to the Terrys.
Yeah.
And then my mom's name was Teresa as well.
That's crazy. Terry, Teresa, and Teryn. Do you have siblings?
Yeah.
What are their names? Tell me that they're teenagers.
Nope.
Okay.
Jesselyn and Addison. No, we all have Y's in our names.
Okay.
Okay.
So like Jesselyn is Jessalyn.
I kind of like when families do that. Like there's some sort of theme.
Connection between
Yeah.
the kids.
Like I'm kind of the odd man out in my family, or the odd person out. Like Reese isn't a crazy wild name, but like brother is Seth, sister is Jessica, and my other sister is Gabrielle. And then you got Reese. It's like what, you know?
No, my mom loved weird names. So like My little sister's the only one that has like a normal name with like very little weird spelling. Because like Addison's the only thing that's spelled. Her middle name's Gabrielle, and it's spelled normal. Like either it has 2 L's or 1 L, but it's either way, you know, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Addison's spelled like ADDASYN. So
emphasis on the ADD.
Yeah, well, more like the meth, but that caused her to do which was caused by the ADHD. Having to mess with that, you know.
Yeah, like one symptom.
Self-medicate. Yeah, I love it whenever you always like. There was one time, God, okay, I meant you guys know that the unhoused guy that looks like Little Dicky.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
He
about.
pops in every once in a while.
Have I seen him?
I don't know. I was talking to him for a while until I figured out, like, oh, your money's no good here because your money is no good. Your money is 2 foreign coins and a paperclip and some weird bag.
I was like, his money is no money. That's why it's no good. Yeah. But no, I remember he was asking. It was like one of the times where he was pretty like sobered up or whatever, you know, like and sober up. I mean, he probably had actually done meth that day, so he was coherent.
Yeah,
he wasn't
he was
up
his
for
version
yeah.
of sober.
No, well, like my friend who used to do meth, he said the reason why meth heads fucking walk around, they're talking themselves being all crazy is because they've been up for 4 days, and it's like the sleep deprived. He's like, when you're on it, you're not acting weird. I mean, you are, but you're fucking, you know, you're focused in and doing shit or whatever. He's like, it's the 4 days after when you start doing crazy shit and get delusional and all that kind of stuff from sleep depression or deprived or whatever. But I remember he was asking for money, and my friend was like, man, why don't you got a job though? Like, and he was like, cause I just don't like going to work. Like, he was just like basically like, I don't like to work. He's like, yeah, I got ADHD and I just don't like being there and like all this stuff. And we're like, cool. I was like, at least you're honest about why like you're like, I just don't want to work. And then like asking for money, and I'm like, you know,
he owns it. That sounds
like he was just like,
sounds like one of our ex-friends in like the next 10 to 15 years, doesn't it, Reese?
Like, well, it's just like funny. He's like, yeah, I got tired of having to go to work every day. You know, I just hate. You know, and he's like,
I just hate mail.
He's like, I just don't like to adult. I'm like, who likes to go to work every day, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
my work is in my living room, and I don't like to go.
Yeah, same.
I like to delay. I like to have traffic.
His job is right there.
That's what I always like. The traffic was so hard getting up.
I
had to trip over 4
He
dogs.
says that. Apparently, he says that all the time to Em. He's like, oh yeah, you know, like traffic was bad, or like fucking.
Morning commute the weather looks rough, so I gotta leave early.
Yeah, put on a fucking coat and boots.
And then I walk to the living room. It's so good.
Fucking, I'll be like, you wouldn't believe it. I'm like, there's 4 dog toys in my way.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, wiener dog, like blocking me. Like,
you have a wiener dog?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Nice.
Wait, so you work from home?
I do a hybrid schedule now, but on the weekends I'm always from
hybrid.
I'm always at home on the weekends.
So.
Is this is sativa dominant, or is it just like
I
pretty
mean,
50-50? So you have to go into the office some days and you stay home some days?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was like,
how do I
answer that one?
What do you do? If that's an appropriate question.
Yeah, no, I work for the trucking company Warner.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
Which
you a dispatcher?
No, which probably it's cool. It's fine. No one's gonna see this that works with me. But no, I'm not a dispatcher. I'm an overnight regional planner. I plan the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
So I assign trucks trips.
All right.
It's awesome.
So some people like hate you and they don't even know it. Like you are the problem that they have in their life, and they'll never know that that's the case.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
like, this bitch got me going to Ohio again.
Like, yeah, no, yeah, I have to listen to dispatch get yelled at by drivers actually in the office, which is like kind of fun sometimes. I feel bad.
Yeah.
But I love it. Like, oh my god, the other day this guy was getting ready to retire, and this was my favorite fucking phone call I've ever heard. He's on there and he's like, whoa. He's like, okay, princess. And I was like, Caleb, that better be that person's name, and him not just, because he's an older guy. I was like, he better not be calling her just princess, you know? Because it sounded like a dad being like, okay, princess now. No, calm down, princess. I need you to calm down, princess. And he kept saying it. And he was like, no, I'm not. He's like, I'm not going to handle the cussing. I will not handle the foul language. And then he goes, all right, princess, you can call me back when you've calmed down. And gets off the phone with her, and everyone's just like, yeah, Mike. Nice. And I was like, I go, because Caleb was like, it is the name of the,
Yeah.
you know, or whatever.
That's
I was like,
funny.
because I was like, that is the name of the person. I was like, oh, I hope so, because I was getting ready to say, I was like, that didn't seem appropriate to call in like one of the girls, you know, princess and shit like that. But yeah, that was my favorite. And he goes, I swear, he's literally, it was his last week. He's retired, and he goes, I swear you guys did that on purpose. You set me up, like, you know, kind of thing. He's like, you gave me literally the worst thing, and like. And then I guess when she was on the phone, she was like, I haven't even gotten started yet. You don't even know. And he's like, okay, no, like.
I think pet names are kind of like interesting because, like, as a guy, when I get called a pet name, it's usually by like a waitress or and I'm gonna be so candid. Like, black women love calling me pet names like Sugar, Honey Bear, like things like that.
It gives me
and
a hope.
oh my God, I'll think about it for years. But like, reverse the situation, and a guy's like, "What'll it be, Honey Bear?" And it's like, "What the fuck, like, dude." It'll be pancakes and a new waiter for me, please. Like, thank you,
dude. Was that happened to me for 1 year in summer school. There was one black lunch checker outer lady, like lunch lady.
Just say lunch lady.
Just because you're checking her out does not mean she's a checker outer.
Checker outer, I like that. Not cashier, not a cashier, cafeteria cashier. Just checker outer.
He's like, I said the word black. I have to dignify this somehow.
No.
Now I feel racist for no reason.
I forgot that she wasn't just a cashier, but she also
she was also somebody worth checking out.
Well, the thing is, she didn't check me out. Is the thing. What happened is every single person in front of the line, which was always my friends, or the back of the line of me, she would always be like, okay, honey. Like, yeah, sugar, thank you. She never said that to me. The entire time in summer school, it was a running joke that I wanted her to say it. And the very last day, she finally was like, there you go, hon. And I'm like, oh.
You're like, I almost got honey. I got hun.
Yeah, I'll take it. I got something.
My thing was that for a lot of years, and this is going to sound like a shock because I still am this way, but for a lot of years I was submissive and breedable. But the difference was that I had very long...
Are you a dog?
That I have very long hair, and I don't know why. And when I lived in North O, I mean, no matter where I went, I got called honey, sugar, baby, like whatever it was. Cut my hair, I can't think of one time that it's happened with short hair.
Now you look like an anime protagonist, which is what they might not be used to.
An antagonist, to be honest. I was going for the antagonist vibe.
I didn't want to say it.
With this Dwayne The Rock, dude.
This
isn't even in full force,
that's
dude.
100% your foreskin.
That's a botched. No, that's a botched circumcision.
Yeah, he's not even.
This is what looks like how Addy describes his circumcision in his sets. Where he's like, it's a non-union weld on a bicycle. Yeah. That's what this fucking circumcision turned.
I had so my ex-husband.
Yeah, so what does Addie's dick look like?
I don't know. I've never been with Addie. I was going to talk about my ex-husband's uncircumcised dick, so that's what I was going to say.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
No, it was so weird. Like that's like the only uncircumcised dick I had been with at the time or whatever. So that was always that was like not.
Did you ever eat the cheese?
What? Ew, gross. I don't know what that means necessarily, but I eat grilled cheeses. But I'm like, I don't.
No, the smegma under the foreskin.
Gross.
Yeah, you peel it down and.
It's like a banana.
Scrape it.
No, I mean,
especially if you have
use a dab tool, then just take a dab.
I mean, like he cleaned his tip.
Crackle.
Cleaned his tip, guys. He took care of it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. But it is always just weird when it's soft. It's just like it does look like that weird casing, like
on a sausage or something. Yeah, like it looks
like
before
it got tied off. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, and it's always just like
so I would accurate.
Like I like to when I was just always like.
But when it gets hard, like most
fine.
uncircumcised, they just look pretty normal.
No, they look normal. That's why I was like. But it was having to be with like an after the divorce and I finally fucked somebody and they were circumcised. I was just like, oh, I forgot that's what a dick looks like when it's soft.
Yeah.
I was like,
that looks like the same but funny.
Yeah, I know it's even funnier actually. I'm like.
That's true.
It makes me want to boop it more. Like
it's got a cute little head on it.
Uncircumcised, like the head gets shiny. It's like no.
Yeah, it's like a turtle in its shell. Like
it kind of reminds me of a dog in a way. Cause it's the whole dick's like inside. I don't know.
My
the dog
dick.
The dog.
The Red Rockets.
Yeah, I mean I have a male dog, so it's like it's just like a fresh.
No, I know.
Like if I say it's food time, like he's fucking
hard.
Sometimes, yeah.
When I come home, sometimes get dogs with male dogs because I had I've had wiener dogs in my family for a long time. Can I have another truly?
Yeah, like if you don't jerk them off, is that what you're saying?
No,
like once, twice a day.
No.
Okay.
Well, you know.
Or however often you think you need to, kind of thing.
Anytime he barks.
Yeah, I just do it
Yeah,
before he gets hard.
Yeah.
That way he doesn't have to get hard later. You know, just take care of it right then and there.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you actually don't get them snipped, they will always get a red rocket. Like they always do. And
He does.
My boy has balls, and I'm telling you, I get home and he's like, and like barking at me, and I'm like, "What's up, buddy?" And like, there's been times where like I'm wearing a short sleeve and it brushes against my, and it's like wet, and it's like, oh, like,
so
I wasn't gonna shower today, and now I like need to.
well,
dude.
like my dog, first wiener dog, Roscoe, he gets so like you said, he gets so excited and he get a red rocket and then he just piss everywhere.
Oh.
Like he would just automatically start peeing, like as soon as, because we're like no, you know. And I remember my little sister one time, like my older sister's boyfriend came in, they're going out to date night. He had this nice pink button-up polo on, right, or whatever, and like the dog, he gets all excited and stuff like that, and my sister's like, oh shit, like she's like freaking out. She goes, oh god, he's peeing, and she like picks him up and just shoots him like this at Cameron, and it just goes all over him.
Fuck.
And it was literally the funniest thing, and he was still like, he hated that dog ever since then. He was like, fuck that dog, like
Kick that dog.
Like,
There's a girl I met in Oregon when I was out there, and Oregon has a lot of like migrant people that go in for just trimming season and like weed work.
yeah.
There was this German girl I was seeing for a while, and the first time she like saw my stuff, she like made a weird face, and I was like, what? And she was like, nothing, I'm just not used to like circumcision. And she said it in a weird way because she didn't really like,
Yeah.
she's like, it's just really weird for you to be like, to look like this. And I'm like, that's really weird for me because like every dick I've seen has always been
always
circ.
that.
And so it's just like, she like, at first she's like, I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, well, just start with whatever you do with every other dick, and I'll like coach you from there. And everything was fine. I never had to be like, whoa, don't do that, you know?
I'm used to biting.
Yeah, I'm used to biting and pulling on the foreskin.
Yeah, like,
Guys,
I was like, honestly, there's
they always want me to pull their balls with my whole weight.
Yeah. She's like, there's just like less skin, so I don't know if I can go as fast. I don't know how the
Yeah.
friction's gonna work.
Yeah, well,
Usually I get slowed down and I feel like I'm going too fast.
That actually was a thing, is she was like concentrating too heavily on the tip at one point. I'm like, okay, well that's a lot. Like, you know, I'm like, if you've ever like gotten into your belly button for too long and you start feeling like, ooh, like that doesn't hurt, but it's like really weirdly
yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You gotta like
It's that,
stop.
it's
It's like the same thing. It's like, all right, like whoa. And I don't know, man. I if I had a kid, I'd circumcise him. And Zach has talked about when he has his kid, because I won't have a kid. Zach likely
Yeah, I'm
will.
never gonna have one.
I'll never have kids either. But Zach was like, no, he'll get made fun of and shit like that, which is so valid.
Well, you
and he's
said
like,
and
I don't want his dick.
You're
to
gonna
look
get
weird.
him circumcised. You would circumcise him?
I would not.
Okay, you said you would. So just to clarify.
Oh yeah. I want to keep my child's foreskin on. Zach's like, no, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, I see both sides of the
Like
argument.
father,
but I
like
think
son.
I'm like 54% on the keep his dick the way it is.
God, what was it? There's some show and they're like, do you want your sons to ever get his dick sucked like that? Like it's like that kind of thing. Like I can't remember what show I was watching. God, but
I'll tell you, if
We're
you're
in
in America, it really is like that. We
Yeah.
in high school, in our gym class, and this wasn't me because I was not one of the like cool kids or whatever, but the jocks like saw some kid changing and were like talking about it. By the next day, everybody was making fun of this kid's dick to his face. They're like, "Oh, yeah, fucking dude, you fucking," you know. And it's like I felt bad for him because even as like a 15-year-old, I'm like, well, that's the way it's supposed to be. But like damn, he's the only one that.
God is dead. He does not. I don't care what he intends.
There's a Amy Plaza or Aubrey Plaza movie. I think it was like, I don't think it was like the bucket. It's not like the bucket list, but it was like the to-do list or something like that. And it's basically her doing all these sexual, like she's like very smart, and, whatever and something like that. But she's like trying to like make out, do like do all the things, right? Because she's gonna go to college soon. And I remember she was asking her mom about it and some of the and she was like, well, and her mom sits down and goes, it's a horrible thing. And her dad's like, yep, it really sucks. She's like, men end up losing 10% off of whatever feeling in their dick or something, and like she's like draws it out and explains it. I was like, this is like the best way to explain a circumcision, like
in an Aubrey Plaza movie.
Yeah, I was like, honestly, this is very educated. I was like, I like this mom. I was like, why couldn't she be mine? Like,
dude, I mean that's my biggest thing with if I did it for some reason miraculously have a son, which will never happen.
It will happen.
I would want him to experience what I never could, you know? To be honest, and I think this is actually a case study, is like, I feel like Americans masturbate way more than any other, like, American men. And I feel like part of it... You think China's really jerking it that much?
Yeah.
Well, but China's got 1 billion people that live in it. We got what, like 495
Well, the
million?
jerks per person, I mean, I think China still jerks more per men. Because none of them can get laid.
I mean, I
They're
got
all-
people in my life, I won't name names, but I'm assuming you can assume. I've got people in my life that are still like 4-a-dayers, you know?
Dude, I don't even have time for that.
I have time for maybe one, and it's right before bed, and I will allot myself that time. Like, oh, it's 11 and I need to be to bed by midnight. Better go to bed, you know? Because half an hour is for me time, and the other half an hour is falling
Didn't you
asleep.
say playing with your dick for fun is gay?
Yes.
Yeah, but he is. I mean.
Yeah. The point proven.
He's I
I didn't say it.
No,
That
I
is-
know. Okay, no, it's so funny you bring it because I did this joke the other day and it kind of piggybacked off of yours. I was trying to make it not sound too much, but it made me think it because I was at Emmett's and the guy we were talking about like spitting and swallowing different things like that and cum. And
When it
Comes to come.
Yep.
When the cum comes to come.
When it comes to comes, you know, we're just having girl talk, and the guy though he was saying like him and his girlfriend that I know and stuff, and he was like, yeah, we didn't have sex for like 4 days or something, and then we finally. He goes, and I don't masturbate. Like he's like, I don't masturbate, and it was like this weird brag. Like I hate when guys say that and they think they're bragging that they don't masturbate,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why do you think that's cool?
Yeah, like, dude, nice. I actually have a trophy right here for you.
I'm
You're the
like,
lucky
oh,
freaking
You're
winner.
choosing to have less fun for no reason.
No, what I hear is like, oh, so you fuck about anybody and everybody because that's the only time you're getting off. Like, I was like, no wonder why. Like, also though, like you're just walking around with this pent up fucking, you know, like.
Everyone I've met who doesn't masturbate has a serious issue with their self-confidence. And I'll tell it like this. A lot of men have it in their mind that, like, you know, I can't waste my testosterone. You know, I need as much like
Save my seed.
I think it's more for him. I think it's like he's so cocky about himself, where he's like, "I'm so hot, I don't need to masturbate. Like I can get."
If you're that hot, you'd want to touch yourself.
Yeah, right,
Yeah, like-
right. Like I personally, when I masturbate, if I don't walk away and go, "Oh my God, I'm going to hell," like, and I don't feel like a horrible, like somehow Catholic guilt comes back on me, even though I don't practice like going through. But if I don't feel that Catholic guilt afterwards, where I was like, "Oh, that's weird." I was like, did I go a little too far there? Like, you know, I'm like, nah. If I don't feel disgusting, I just want to go to bed. Then I don't I didn't do it right. You know, that's just me.
And you got to close the video too. If you're watching a video, you got to be like, "Oh God, is that really who I am?"
Yeah,
you know, like it's just the kind of
no.
person.
Oh my God, I remember.
Like, hold on.
I remember I was watching. Okay, because I only watch like women, only watch like lesbian porn or
only lesbian porn.
Only lesbian, and every once in a while gay men. Because honestly, 2 guys fucking is hot, but you get it.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to convince me.
I know, dude. I don't. Yeah, it's there's something about a dude with a dick in his mouth that's just hot. I don't know what to tell you. You know, again, you get it. You are like, listen, there's just
not.
I'll tell you my favorite porn to watch, and I stumbled across this on accident years ago. My favorite porn to watch, and I don't tell many people this at all, so I guess I'm telling everybody who's ever gonna watch this.
Great.
Trans porn, like. She's got a dick, and she's fucking a girl with a pussy. Like, so you still have the essence of a cock, but it's way more straight than straight porn. Because that cock has a big old set of nice tits attached to it. Dude, and you're like, wow. And you're still only watching for the girl, but every once in a while, you're like, damn, them's some nice titties. And you just kind of forget about the dick and balls, you know? And then like 2-3 years down the road, you're fucking bisexual, and you don't know
And
why.
you play the drums.
Yeah, you play the drums at Quick Draw Comedy.
I mean,
every Tuesday and Sunday at Emmett's.
Quick Draw Comedy, shout out.
No, I would say we talk about it like all the time. I'm like, trans woman that's like has her tits done and has gone through and like but still has her dick. Like for bisexual woman, that is like the whole package right there.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'm like first of all, I do like to eat pussy as a bisexual woman too. So like every once in a while, but if
depends on the pussy. Sometimes you just got to take one for the team.
Yeah, I did the other day with that threesome that I had.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the best
need
threesome I ever had was with a trans woman and her girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like literally the best of everything, and like, and she's a very like hot trans, like nice big old fake titties, and just and I but. Yeah, it was like all my porns together too because I got to peg her and everything, so that was great. So,
nice. Yeah.
No, I always like
butt stuff's hot. I don't give a
I don't
fuck.
like it on me, but
I don't either. That sucks, dude. Because I'm like, man, it'd be so hot if I was, but I'm not.
And it's just they're like
I could see it, but
I think it's so funny though. Telling like a guy's like, oh yeah, no, I've pegged somebody before, and they're like, well, you're not gonna peg me, and I'm like, I didn't say I was going to. Like, it's always too the guys that are like 5 foot, like 8 or something. I'm like, well, you're not gonna peg. I was like, you're not who I pegged. I take
Guys
down 6.
eternally defend their buttholes.
I know, but I'm like, the one dude that I pegged was 6'3" and was like this big muscular dude. Yeah. I'm taking down that man,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a powering moment for me. That was just felt good for me.
That's exactly what I was talking about in how it's straight. It's straighter to be gay than it is to be straight. Like, being gay is the straightest thing as a guy that you can do. You tell me I'm fucking a guy that could take me in combat, and I'm absolutely fucking submitting him.
Yeah.
I have so much testosterone swelling in my nuts
you poor
right
guy.
now.
This is really funny. The visuals are fucked, dude.
No, my favorite thing was like, okay, so it was this dude's first time and everything too, and my first time, whatever. I bought a shitty fucking strap on, of course. Like, don't buy the cheap shit. Like, just spend the money on. Sometimes they just spend the money on your fucking,
Spend the money.
Spend the money on your vibrators, your sex toys, okay, guys? But I ripped the fucking harness, basically. And, but I remember, like, afterwards, during, I'm like, can you pop your hips a little bit? And I was like, I was like, oh my God, this is what dudes, like, I was like, this is what you guys go. I was sweating so bad, and I was like, this is a lot of fucking work. And I was
next time, if you're already pegging a guy, don't even say, like, just, like, move him.
Well, I was like, I need you to pop up, and like, I did, and I popped him up a little bit and everything, but I was just like, but afterwards, and I was like, God, I have so much more respect. I was like, I love doggy style too, and I was like, I have so much more respect for men who fuck me in doggy now. I was like, it is my favorite. And I'm like, God damn it, like,
it's scary because like. Sometimes I'll with my close people, I'll be like, yo, so what can I improve on? And I get the same thing a lot. Like, you could be a little more like domineering and like a little more aggressive. And I hate that because like the last thing I want to do is be aggressive and domineering to anybody really. But like, I get it because the porn I watch is like that. And I'm like, oh yeah. But like in my mind, I'm like, they are actresses that signed up for this. Like, you need to have like a real conversation before like you can really, it's like, the whole how do you like it conversation is awkward to have, but you really should. And I don't enough before like coitus.
No, that was like, I had like some people like try to ask me to be like a degrading dom, and like you would think as a woman I'd be signing up for just
especially as a comedian.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah,
well,
your personality is
you could just roast the fuck out.
Well, I tried, but then it was like. But I was like, well, I don't know how far to take it.
Better. I've had better asses.
Yeah. Well, like, but it was always over text. I never did it in person because I was like, I just felt like if I did it, I have a joke about it, but I was like, I feel like I did it. I would walk in there and I would just sound like Paul Rudd and be like, take this dick, or then I start talking like fucking, like the other guys, and I'd be like, Dirty Mike and the boys, or some shit, like just yelling random things, like ain't been no shit, never been about no shit or whatever, like just like saying stupid shit, and then at the end of it, just like walk away and be like, yeah, is that how you thought this was gonna play out? Like no, it didn't. Like you gotta
like slap it too. Yeah, you gotta slap your prosthetic.
Yeah, but I just kept saying bitch.
Spit everywhere. Dude.
No, I just
spit into the mic.
I just kept saying,
Christmas.
I just kept calling the guy a bitch and a slut.
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and like horrible. I was like, I don't know if I like this. Like, I was like, I don't
know why I did just now. I licked my lips for some reason.
Bring me that hole, big
you
boy.
Calling him tell me more about slut.
Well, it was like
open that hole, slut boy.
Yeah, but it was like, it got to the point where it was like, I told him, I was like, go to Victoria's Secret and buy this thong or whatever. Like, I was gonna dress him up like a girl and all this stuff, like, kind of thing, like put lipstick on him, and like, and it was the funny thing is like, he's married and his wife wanted him to do that, wanted me like she was telling me different things. Like she like took it a step further where she's like telling you you're gonna get a dude with a big cock to suck, like that he has to suck his dick or whatever. And I was like, oh, and he was like, wait, what? And I was like, well, that's what your wife told me. And he was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, this has gotten weirder. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and then, like, yeah, I just couldn't do it. Like, it was like this whole weird thing. And then, like I said, I just got like, but I was watching a porn one time. And it was 2 women, and at first I was like, it was yeah, a little dom kind of stuff going on. It was, I don't mind, and like especially 2 women, and then but it got a weird like she started calling her slut, and I was like, okay, whatever. But then it was like, yeah, you're such a slut. That's why you cheated on your husband, huh? And then it got real personal, and like it felt like whatever director was
Like,
doing.
whoa!
I was just like, yeah, the director that was doing it, I was like, who fucked your wife? Like, it felt like the dialogue was like, this was like her going, yeah, like, yeah, I fuck you. And then she was like, but then it got worse because she was like, yeah, I just slid right in. How many people you been fucking? And then she was like slaying, like telling her she had a big ass hole basically, and she'd been,
Holy shit.
yeah, and I was like,
Y'all, we're gonna hear from Teryn again super soon. We're gonna have to have her on the podcast again. We're at time right
Shout
now.
out to
Yeah.
Holes.
yeah.
Anything you want to plug? Coming up a week from
well-
next week, if it's within this next week.
Well, Reese is actually, I don't know where to look. I guess I've been looking down. I don't know how to make eye contact, so if you
That
can see
little
me looking.
sticker there.
Well, I just been going like this and looking down weird. Okay,
I like
but
to look at my hands.
yeah, I don't know what to do with my
What
hands.
do I do with my hands?
No, I run a show called Into the Fire at Blackstone Theater down in the Blackstone districts over here and stuff like that. Reese is actually on the January show.
Yeah,
So.
it's a great lineup too, and I
That'd be
mean
cool.
that because there's other comics that are on the show that aren't me.
I have
And it's
Des Moines.
gonna be a
Actually,
good
I have
show.
Des Moines comics, and one of them has actually won the Clash. She performs out at the Funny Bone. That would be Benji, and then which you guys are gonna see him tonight and stuff when you go to.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, but yeah, that's the first Friday of every month and stuff like that. And there's always an family-friendly improv before that as well if you want to do something with it. But it's a cool theater. It's a
Yeah.
good time.
Good stuff.
Hell yeah! Shout out Quick Draw as
Quick Draw
always.
Comedy.
Shout out THC Dispensary, our sponsor.
Oh, and shout out the Gatsby party on New Year's.
Yes, yeah.
We're going to be hosting and being the 2 comedians for the New Year's Eve Gatsby party at the... Starts with a T. It's in Benson. Look it up. Gatsby New Year's Eve party. Nick Hyde's putting it on. It's going to be fantastic.
I think Addie is also Quick Draw Addie
Yep.
is doing a show on New Year's Eve,
Yep.
and I think I'm on that one as well. And he's doing like a variety like
You are.
karaoke, different thing. Yep. So that one as well. I am on a show tomorrow, but won't matter. Won't matter now.
Come everywhere to most places
Yes.
around every day.
Get out of your fucking house. Stop watching our podcast.
Keep watching. Continue watching.
Watch
please.
it at the comedy club, okay?
Yeah, watch it everywhere.
No,
on
don't do
repeat.
that. That's rude.
That's
Okay.
super
Watch-
rude.
Oh,
Do it in the
full blast.
bathroom.
Yeah, put it on speaker.
Yeah. Just wear a headset. Dude, sorry, dude. We would have been here for another hour.
Oh, I know
doing
it's
this
cool. No, I
podcast.
knew we
I
had.
looked.
knew
I'm
it
like,
was
shit,
oh,
it's
no.
7 right now.
And I was like,
I'm gonna pee, and I think homegirl's literally in my driveway. So let me text.